What we have up on the screen is an order that's been placed, and the customers say that they would like separate checks. In this case, what I'm going to do is split this check from one check into 4 checks. So to do that, I go into the order, and then from here select on Split Checks. Now in doing that, this now brings up the split check screen, and you'll see, for example, on the first split, I have all of the items that are on the original order, and it's created a second split for me. Now in this case, I'm going to split it 4 ways. So to put in 2 additional splits, I select on the gray panel. There's a split number 3, and gray panel again for split number 4. If I wanted to add in additional ones beyond the 4, then I can select on More Checks, in which case then it will continue to advance across. Now from this point, if I want to start moving things across, let's say for example, on split number 1, one person ordered a hamburger and a fountain soda. The second person ordered a hot dog and the Gatorade. So I'm going to select on the hot dog and then move over to the white area of the second split. And selecting on it, it now moves over the hot dog. And along with that, I will also take their Gatorade as well. The third person ordered a specialty sandwich and a bottle of juice. And the fourth person ordered the fish sandwich and the coffee. And this is how we go about creating our split checks. And from this point, I can move these items back and forth between different splits. So it's very easy to do that way. And in here I have split 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now with that done, I'm going to leave the check. Now, taking a look at the table that contains this, you'll see that the color of it looks a little bit different now because it's now got a hex pattern across it. This indicates to the servers that this is a split check. And by selecting on it, rather than go into the check, I'm now presented with the split check screen, in which case now I can work on any one of these 4 splits. So let's say, for example, the person with the hot dog ordered something else that they wanted added on as well. To select that check, select on the title bar, the blue area at the top. That will then present this person's check, and you'll see down here it's table 11, split number 2. And now from here, for example, I can go into this and order maybe a breakfast wrap as well, so have that added in. Now leaving table, it brings me back to the split check screen, and you'll see that the breakfast wrap has been added to that one split, but I can still work with any one of these as well. Now coming down across the bottom, we also have some other things that we can do here as well. First of all, we have label. Now within the checks, you'll see it's got by label 1, 2, 3, and 4. I can actually go into any one of these checks. Let's say, for example, the first one here, and where it's split number 1, I'm just going to select on Functions and Label. And on this, I'm going to label this particular check Scott. Now with that done, you'll see I've got the label here of Scott, and leaving the table. Now split number 1 shows as Scott, so you can have the names of each of the different people if you want on each one of these. And when retrieving, it will retrieve by whatever label, being the number of the split or the name of the person, or whatever word you decide to put in there for that. Now along with this as well, we also have Print All Receipts. Now let's say, for example, it was a table of 12 people and they said separate checks please. Well, rather than go through one at a time and print off each different receipt, what you can do is just select on Print All Receipts, and then one after the other will start with the first split and just carry across, print the first receipt, second receipt, third receipt, and so on. So it's a big time saver that way. We also have clear selection. So for example, let's say the breakfast wrap did not belong in split number 2, it was actually person number 3. I can select on that and I can move it across. Now let's say, oh, that was a mistake. I can select on it, and rather than move it again, I can just unselect it by selecting on Clear Selection, and it will leave it as it is. Now in choosing that breakfast wrap, you'll also notice that another icon showed up down at the bottom called Split Items. Now this is really helpful for things where 2 people may want to share an item, for example. So in this case, let's say this breakfast wrap, rather than being a breakfast wrap, let's say it was an expensive bottle of wine or something like that. I can actually share that between the person at split number 2 and split number 3. So selecting on the breakfast wrap, I select on Split Items. And now from here, I will choose on the white area for split number 2. So now they're both grade 2 and 3. And you'll notice that the icon now changes to finish splitting. And if I select on this, it has now split that item between those two separate checks. The quantity of 1/2, the price will be 1/2. If there's inventory associated with it as well, it would also be 1/2 for each of those as well. So everything is in a quantity proportional to that. And I can do this in many different fractions as well. I could split it not only just 2 ways, but I could split 3 ways, 4 ways, or whatever. So a split item allows you to go about sharing an item between various split checks. And now when I'm done with any one of these, if I want to close them off, I can just select on, for example, split number 1, finish, and he can pay by whatever method of payment he may wish to do. Now coming back in, you'll notice now I'm down to 3 splits, so that 1 split has been taken away. So this is a nice thing as well, that people don't have to leave at the same time when you're working with split checks. So one person can leave, the 3 remain behind, and whenever they're ready, you can tender them off one by one.